Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today is a solo podcast, and I want to dive right into it. I want to talk about the perfect plan today and what that looks like and what that is. And if you know me, you know that there is no perfect plan. So as I was kind of going through this, I thought of the analogy of the frog, right? There's the frog that's on the pad getting ready to jump, right? Jump into the pond or jump to the next pad, right? And as you think about it, you got to think about, are you the frog that's jumping forward, or are you the frog that's thinking about jumping and making sure that they have the right angle, making sure that everything's perfect, making sure that the plan is intact so that they can't fail before they jump, right? And as I was thinking about it, the biggest thing that I just went through, right? I'm a dad of two now. So I was thinking about the preparation to become a dad the first time when I had my son. And it's almost like you can do some preparation mentally, and you can prepare yourself. Really, the thing that I'd say to prepare yourself for being a dad is just to become the best version, become the fittest version of yourself, make the most money that you can, have just a good mindset, spiritually, you're in alignment, you're not in contentment with yourself. That's what I would say would be the best way to prepare. But at the end of the day, you never fully feel prepared. When I had my first, kid. And then I was thinking about, well, what about the second kid? Obviously, this time you're going to be ready. You're going to prepare. You're going to sit down. You're going to think about all the things you got to get ready and how to become the best dad because you've done it before. Now you're on your second newborn. And the funny thing is it's the exact same scenario. The only way to prepare is to become the best version of yourself, show up for yourself better, become better. And every time I've had, a kid on the way, now we have a baby girl, I realize that it makes me want to elevate myself to a new level. And it's the coolest feeling, for all my dads listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. As a man, the two things that come to your mind when you're about to have a kid is, number one, I got to make more money. I got to make way more money. I've got to keep thriving that way. I got to keep getting to the next level with my money, and I got to go that way. Number two is this idea that you want to be the example to them and you want to lead them. And the only way you can do that is by showing up in your life so that they can see the example from there. And so every time, like just recently, I these were the same thoughts that came to my mind. And then as I was preparing for this, I'm like, there's times where you can put this off in terms of, well, I'll wait till I'm a little bit better off, or I'll wait till I'm in a little bit better shape to start having kids or start doing X, Y, and Z. You can say it for anything, starting a business, starting my fitness journey. I'm going to wait till X, Y, and Z lines up. I'm going to wait till I'm not as busy. I'm going to wait till things are a little bit more smooth for me. Everything that you do when you jump, the chaos is always going to be there. It's always going to be there on the pond or on the pad before you jump into the water, or on the side of the creek before you jump into the water, just like the frog. The assumption that you can prepare to where there is no chaos, everything is just completely silky smooth, is absolutely wild. There's a reason why Iron Mike said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. You're going to get punched in the face. Now, I'm not saying don't plan. I'm not saying you don't prepare. But if I'm teaching my kids, I'm teaching them to jump. I'm teaching them to go. I'm teaching them to take the next step and figure it out along the way. In football, you call a play, right? You run out of the huddle, you come out and you line up. So I play defense. So I'm coming from the defensive side. So you come out on the defensive side, you're analyzing how the offense came out. You're adjusting the play immediately adjusting the play, immediately making adjustments to the personnel that's on the field, to what you're seeing. And I think that's the same thing when it comes to life and the next stage of your life. You can call the right play. Obviously, you want to call the play that you feel like is the best in that moment. But seconds later, that could change. And that's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to adjust. It's okay to be different and to make that next step in a different direction. Those are the people that are the best, right? Those are the people that continue to grow and to continue to excel because they are willing to jump off into the unknown and take that step, and not just take the step, but also realize that you can hide behind this idea that you're planning, preparing to do something. I think we've all done it, or most of the people that are listening to this. If you're like me, you're thinking, yeah, I've definitely done that. I've definitely sat and prepared and thought about doing without doing. You can't think about the plan too long without actually taking that first step towards it. Because the cool thing is when you take that first step, the next step is opened up, and the next step is opened up, and the wrong step is woken up. You're like, oh, wow, I took the wrong step there. Boom, switch it, keep going. Versus if you never jump and you're just sitting there creating the plan and creating the best plan possible, you're never going to run into the hiccups. You're never going to run into the different issues. And you're never going to, like Iron Mike says, get punched in the face and realize, wow, my plan needs to change. Once you get thropped right in the face, you realize the insufficiencies of your plan or the things that you didn't think about to prepare. So that's a myth. The perfect plan is a hiding place. It feels productive, but it really is fear in disguise. So how do you combat that? I mean, you got to put deadlines on yourself. You got to tell yourself, hey, this is going to happen, and you got to follow through. I think what it really boils down to, when you boil it down to the simplest of terms, are you willing to do the things you say you're going to do? And are you going to do that over and over again? Rent is due every day. With your body, with your fitness. It's due every day, meaning some guys get in their head that you can have cheat meals and cheat days and this and that. It's not real, because the only way you can do that is if you put in a lot of time and effort leading up to that and after that and so forth. So at the end of the day, it's due every day. And that's how I feel about the perfect plan. It's due every day. You can have a perfect plan for yesterday, but then you got to have a perfect plan for today. And then you've got to execute on that plan over and over and over and over again. Just like in football, you don't have the perfect play call. And I would say it's the same thing in sales. It ties into sales too. When it comes to sales, the best salespeople, they make adjustments and they just put into their next call. They're not thinking about making some perfect, way of doing it or saying it. They just run it. They make the adjustment, run it, make the adjustment, and they continue to fine tune, no matter what. The best analogy I can think of is when my wife, she went through a natural birth, right? This is her second time doing it. And leading up to this second time with our baby, it was interesting because she started to get the nerves and a little bit of that, oh, wow, I'm doing this again, right? And I had those same nerves as being a dad, being like, oh, wow, we're going to have another newborn that we've got to take care of and provide for. And that pressure sometimes makes you feel like you're ready. But the cool thing about birth is obviously you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice to push this off. You don't have a choice to get ready. It's coming. And it's going to happen. And we had to jump. We didn't even have a choice. And I think that's the pressure you almost have to put on yourself, is that you don't have a choice. You got to move yourself to that place where you jump. And on the other side of that is everything that you want. And that's what I would say is, now seeing this new baby girl, it's everything that I wanted and more. And yes, it's hard at times. And yes, there was a lot of things that go into that. And the rent's due every day with this baby girl, but you would never know what you missed out on if you didn't take the shot or take the jump or take the leap of faith. You know exactly what will happen if you stay with what you're doing. You already know. So think of whatever it is that you feel like you've been putting off over and over and over again because you want the perfect plan, and just do it. And then you'll find the next best plan after that. Always adjust on the way down, but take the jump. Until next time, have a great week.